Holy crap, we're live. Hi, everyone. I'm in a different spot because Bert's running the show tonight. Bert, I'll just let you take it away.
Yeah, this is just kind of a little interlude because we're expecting Jeff to be gone for the next 2 weeks, but he spoiled all of our plans. But yeah, it's a nice break for Chuck. Apologize in advance. I kind of threw this together kind of last minute, but we should still have some fun with this. We are doing the Marvel Multiverse, the new play test that's out. With a little twist. I'm running this in the Marvel Reckoning of Earth 1287, which is the Strikeforce Morituri. For you folks that remember this from the 80s, it was a 32-ish comic book run with one graphic novel run afterwards. Let's just go ahead and get intros out of the way first. Chuck, you got anything you want to drop in there?
I'm ready to do it. I'm playing
All right, well,
Bruce, who's a speedster.
All right.
Could fly.
John, who are you playing?
I'm playing Woodrow Woody Green, who is energy absorption and blasting people with energy, and yeah, should be fun.
And Jeff?
I'm playing Patricia Lynn Sobrero, who is protector, battlefield control, weather, nature, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Hey. And his plate already reads Galvanic Man. What do you got there, Jeremy?
I will be playing Aaron Ray Leonard. I've been cybernetically altered. I am a bruiser. I fly. I have augmented senses.
Oh, there we go. Daniel, what do you got?
Everybody, Dan, I'm playing Clint. It looks like I punch.
You are a bruiser. Yes, indeed. So those unfamiliar with the play tests, these words like bruiser and the other ones we bandied about are essentially classes. They kind of give you an idea of what kind of power sets and what your job is in the party. Strikeforce Morituri, the year is, where's my notes? 2069. 4 years ago, an alien race who we've just called the Horde invaded. We are powerless to stop them. Our best weapons, our best technology, our best know-how has found no way to stop them. They don't seem to be out for total destruction or control. Instead, they seem to be a group of Vikings that are ornament shopping. They raid places to steal stuff like chocolate and things that you would find at a bad shopping mall goth place. But they do kill. They do kill a lot of people that get in their way. But the real problem, though, is that we have no way to stop them. Their technology is better. They're stronger. Their ships seem to be powered by an energy source we can't disrupt and seems to be endless. But 2 years ago, a scientist by the name of Dr. Tulumo came up with the Morituri project. This process will turn a human being of specific DNA alignment into a superpowered individual that can stand toe-to-toe and more with the Horde. Unfortunately, the process is incompatible with the human system, and you will not live longer than 12 months at the absolute most before the powers will just eat you from the inside out. So it is a death sentence. You are the first generation of the Morituri. You were a crack group of elite soldiers that happen to have the specific genetics necessary to survive the process. And you already being a tried combat team have quickly gelled with each other's skills, and you've been sent out on several missions. Culmination of this mission is you have found a mothership. You have found a commander of the species. You have stolen a craft, and you are now en route to the cloaked mothership that is in orbit on the dark side of the moon. Your designation, I should say, is the Black Watch, is the name of your organization. There's no pithy superhero names yet, because you're all just battle-hardened soldiers. You're not really in this for the glory. You're in this to go mess some people up. That's what you're gonna do. So there we go. So on board this stolen shuttlecraft, it is Horde designated, so you're hoping that it will pass any kind of scanning systems that you're going through. One more member of the team who was unfortunately crippled in the process that brings your powers out, however, still runs Overwatch for you. They gain the power of basically super intellect and the ability to interface electronic devices. So that person is the commander. If you see the NPC, it's Commander Beth Neon. She's back at the base, but she is embodied in the craft that you're in as well, feeding you information. She will give you warning if possible. She has cracked the Horde's language. She can read and understand their computer systems. So there we are. There is unfortunately, no cloaking on this ship at all. It's a shuttle used to go from these motherships down to raid the Earth below. Your cargo holds are filled with whatever the Horde that you killed to get this ship happened to take as conquest, which happened to be a bunch of statues of gnomes. Lots of gnomes, which they slaughtered a city to get, by the way. But gnomes.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah. I mean, somehow this checks out.
Okay.
I'm
Beth
cool with it.
Armageddon. Yeah.
piloting the ship remotely with her powers to remotely interface with the ship, as none of you really know how to drive it. You are now approaching the dark side of the moon, and you see in front of you the first time any human eyes have spotted a mothership. The thing is a quarter of the size of the moon itself. It is enormous. And as you're coming up, you hit the dark side so that the sun is just basically an aurora behind you. Ship approaching. Beth tells you that you're being scanned, but no alarms are going off.
That's promising. They apparently don't think we're dangerous.
Video comes on the dashboard showing one of these creatures, and they're bedecked out with jewelry and chains. They've got various tchotchkes from the earth below just hanging off them in ornamental fashion, and start speaking to you in their language. Beth translates, but she is not so good with the talkie, but she will translate anything you have to say. You're being hailed, asking what the loot was like, and if you brought back slaves. This is the first you've heard of that. Mostly you were thinking that everyone just gets killed or vaporized.
It was great, and yes, obviously.
Extensive. There's extensive loot and many slaves. So many of them. You're going to be very proud. Say that. Translate that.
We got gnomes everywhere.
So many gnomes for days.
Lots of shiny stuff.
Green ones, blue ones, red ones. We got all the outfits.
So Beth is translating. Why is your video not on? Good on the gnomes. That marks off one of the few things that I have left on my hunting list.
Yeah, unfortunately, power fluctuations over here. Kind of, the video's down. We're efforting.
What is your designation?
Have we heard them call anything?
Yeah, have we heard them call anything?
Beth's figure shows up on the screen. She's like,
well, that's an interesting question. We are
just insult their
What's
mother.
your designation?
Yeah. Who do you think you are asking us our designation? Without you first giving us your designation.
The face on the screen scowls for a moment. It's like, I am Hive Leader Epsilon. I'm your superiors. And then he stops for a moment and says, good attitude. You'll go far in my horde.
Okay. I like these people. Other than this, the slavery thing.
Yeah, that's not so
And the
great.
meta
Yeah.
all that. Yeah.
So
It'll be fine.
So are we trying to get on, are we trying to get our ship onto their ship?
well, that's the question that Beth puts out on the teletype for you. It's like,
Yeah.
where do you want me to land this thing?
Yeah, but request permission to dock aboard, get designation, blah, blah, blah. You know, where are we taking this thing? But say it's smart, Beth. Make it sound smart.
Okay. He translates, and a moment later, the horde leader's feature goes away to a very puny-looking member of their species. By the way, the aliens are like 7 feet tall. They kind of very loose, almost piggish-like skin. They're very very pinkly skinned. When they're exposed to our sun, they get even more red in the jowls. But this one looked kind of sickly. It's like, tractor beam will be locking on shortly. And prepare your goods to be excavated. We will give you points on the leaderboard depending on how many of the gnomes you happen to have acquired. And you say you have a workforce for us. How many?
Sure, yeah.
How many of the species?
How
32.
much did we?
Yeah. How big is a shuttle?
Yeah,
Maybe 5. I mean, do we just put ourselves out there?
5. Yeah.
Now, granted, we shoved them all into a tiny room, so some of them are going to have broken arms, but screw them, right?
And you did read the last notations before going on your raiding party?
No, we didn't read the notations. We got gnomes and we got slaves. Now shut up and beam us in.
He slaps his face and says, how many legs do the slaves have?
Most of them have 2.
Some have 3.
A couple of them have 8.
Very good. Tractor beam engaging now. And a beam comes at the mothership, kind of surrounds your
Nobody
ship.
said they'd be math.
And it starts to be pulled into a bay. Beth says, well, I've got no more control over the vessel. Happy hunting.
We got this. We got this.
I'll try to tap into the systems once we dock. I might be able to gain some control for you. I'll let you know. Beth out.
Docking.
Hey, it's like you and your friends are wearing hoodies.
All right, the shuttlecraft is brought in gently into the ship, whereupon descending upon you are larger, more fit specimens of this crew. Start knocking on what you know is like the bay doors on the outside, the larger doors where your cargo would go. You hear some chatter from the outside. Beth is no longer connected. She can't translate for you.
Guns blazing.
Guns blazing.
Hell yeah.
Or do we want to try and do the switcheroo? I guess guns blazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Charging up.
Yeah.
I will consider this a surprise round then, as you quickly drop the boarding ramp, and as they see all the gnomes lined up haphazardly thrown in the back, some painted, some not painted, some shattered, some brand new. And then they see you. It's like, oh my! As they pull out blasters, you guys can have a round. And before we go
Nice.
into actual initiative, actually, we need to roll the initiative because you would act in initiative order. But this is prior to the beginning of the round. So let me open up the tracker.
And then
Oh shoot!
how do we?
Shoot, that's right, because I don't have icons for all of you. All right, I'll just write.
It's okay.
this
There's a
down.
default one. Like when you
There is.
on Roll20, when you drag over, there's a default one. It's like boring, but it's
Okay,
still
yeah, that
a
will
thing.
work.
It still works.
Trying to remember how
so-
we do edge on initiative, or how you do that on your dice.
Yeah, I have 2 edges for initiative, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, you
of this.
basically just roll it, and then if you want to re-roll one of the dice, you just roll it as a single d6. I don't think the sheet allows you to pick one to re-roll.
Oh,
In other
okay.
words,
Gotcha.
remember, you can't fumble an initiative roll.
All
I
right.
mean, I could.
I'll re-roll that 3.
I'll re-roll both of my ones.
I'll
'cause I
re-roll
have
that
2
one.
edges.
Take the 4. So now it's 1 higher.
Yeah, I'll take both of those. It's 19
A whopping
for me.
20.
19 for Patty. I think I can.
There
fix
we
it.
go.
There we go. All set. All right, I'm in.
I'm in.
I am in.
Okay, so starting
think-
with well, it didn't order.
Mine
Hold on.
didn't go in there. I'm sorry.
Go ahead before I hit
And
order.
then
Remember when you roll initiative on roll 20 to click your token before you roll initiative, and
That's
it'll
right.
automatically add it.
Yeah, figure out which one is my token.
I am the regular normal person. I'm going to put myself over by.
Okay, I'll put in a
Earth.
couple more. Somebody just grab control of them and
Actually, I'll put myself over top of the blonde lady since I'm playing Patty.
There you
We'll
go.
say I'm Patty. There we go.
Works.
Cousin Patty.
And then, okay, so I'll take the guy who's above Clint.
there's like a spare guy out here on the side.
Okay, so I'd have a 20. I'm not trying to manually enter that. I'm sorry.
I put him on top of Clint.
You've got your dude on top of Clint. Okay, I'll be even further above.
Just roll it again, Jeremy, and then you can edit it on the once it's on the
Okay.
thing. Just roll again so it'll automatically add you to the initiative tracker, and then go in and just change
There
it
we
to
go.
20. I think you clicked me though.
I think they're all named Patricia.
Ah,
Yes,
man.
I got so many patties. So many patties.
That one.
I'll clean it up after you're in there.
And
There.
All right, whoever the token is right there, that's a patty token.
This one
Okay. So
right
you know.
here is an Aaron token.
oh, the one on the far right is Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's-
delete the extra patty one. There we go.
Okay. I'm sorry. I
Very
didn't
lucky
know
I'm
who was who.
Playing the bald one.
There we go.
If you double click them, by the way, it'll show you who it is.
Yeah, you could rename them too if you put a little cog on them.
Okay, so what did Woody end up getting for initiative? Just make sure I get it.
17.6.
Okay, Patricia,
19.
19. Okay, Bruce.
18.7.
Okay, Clint.
15.
Me,
Okay,
sorry.
and Aaron.
20. Sorry.
20.
Distracted.
And I'm not sure why that last one is. I'm going to call that me though. It's 19 at the bottom. Okay, why won't it? Come on. Ah, there it is. Descending turnover. Sorry, guys. I'm sure
That's
this
all
is
right.
not very fun to watch, but here we go. So, Aaron, you go first.
Okay. So we did have like some big crates of stuff. Would they be fairly big and heavy, you think?
Sure would.
Maybe
Sure
in the
would.
big range, like 400 pounds to 400 to 1500 range?
I have my charts. Let's say the sizes are going to be in the big 400 to 1500 pound range. It's a +2 attack modifier.
Perfect. I have might 3 as well as massive size, so I can pick that up as a quick action and still act. So that'll be a +2 to attack, and it can hit up to 4 targets.
Okay.
Dang.
These are all generic horde soldiers. Their defense value against this sort of thing is going to be a 15.
Okay, 15. And we'll just add a 2 to the end of this, I guess.
21 versus a 15. Success. And then you
Okay.
just apply your range damage to this, I believe, unless your power allows you to do your melee damage to this.
No, it would be range damage, but it would
Okay.
just add the it would just let me hit multiple people.
Sure.
And
So it's 19 points of damage across 4 people.
Yep.
All right. Does yours allow you to do knockdown as well?
I don't have any like special knockdown.
You don't
things.
have the ability for. Okay, good enough.
I just figured I'd do that and hit a bunch of them with the initial surprise.
Okay, let me just check something a second. I was thinking that there is a. Oh no, it requires a power or. Yeah. Okay, so no knockdown or knockback. All right, good enough. So it does slam into them. The weight of all of those garden gnomes, cement garden gnomes, piling into them, does them some damage. The Horde all wear kind of rudimentary battle armor that gives them augmented strength and some defense. These are no different than the Horde that you have faced before. So yeah, you do them some damage. They reel back a bit. Next is Patricia.
Cousin Patty, please, with friends. Okay, so are we doing like full rounds? Like, are we just taking one action because there's standard?
We're treating it. We're treating this as if you guys rolled a fantastic on initiative, which gives you a full round of action.
Full round. Okay, so I get a full standard and an easy. Okay, so standard action. I am going to. I'm going to assume that there's like cabling and stuff that's like with behind like certain things. I could
sure.
I'm just flavoring it, right? So like I'm going to sort of mumble a little nonsense and just sort of control them with my mind, rip them down, and like vines or snakes or whatever, I'm going to web trap. I get 100 cubic feet. Looking at it, maybe if there's two that are right next to each other, I could hit them both.
Yes,
it's kind of up to you. I don't no roll for this. It just happens on their turn. They would have to make a save to be able to not be paralyzed. So two of them that
were not hit by the big crate of gnomes, or
perfect. That's perfect. Okay. I would like that the best. Yeah.
So there's 8 total. So that counts for 6 of them being hampered in some way.
And then,
sorry, you got another.
I wanted to do for my easy action. I wanted to be like, all right, you sons of bitches, let's go. Come on, don't make me look bad. Or wait, don't make me make you look bad. It's very confusing. So I'm doing inspiration on whoever goes next. Who's next? Bruce?
Yeah,
Bruce is next.
So I'll say, Bruce, get your head out of your ass and do something useful. So you're going to gain an edge on all action checks until the start of the character's next turn.
No,
Jeremy, did you take a move action, or are you staying inside your ship's hull?
Actually, yeah, if I can move as well, like I would throw it at them while they're wondering, and I'll fly just above them, like out of reach a little bit, so I can kind of dive in next round.
Same thing with you, Jeff. Are you taking your move
I'm going to
action?
stay. You're gonna stay. I'm going to stay in the back. I'm going to keep at distance.
So that brings us to Bruce.
Okay, if I understand this correctly, first thing I'm going to do is do my movement.
Which is the flying power, by the way, because for whatever reason they didn't put in a fast power, like a fast moving or running power.
Since you said he was a speedster, I'm playing him like a speedster. So because my movement speed is like 10 times my running speed.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So I just zip out, find how many of these people.
There's 8 total. 4 are dealing with a large crate. 2 of them are caught up in some in tentacular vines made of circuitry.
Yeah.
So there's 2 left that are trying to bring their guns up to bear.
Oh yeah, one of those 2. I zip right up to him with super fast speed. I'm going to use my easy action to activate my attack stance, giving me 1 physical bashing damage per rank. We're rank 10, right?
Yes.
So that means it gets a plus 10. And then for my attack, I am going to do my fast strikes. So I do 2 attacks. Each one does half damage. Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm doing on my turn. So I run up, I do this. I've got edge, thanks to Patty. How do I roll?
Go ahead, and it would be it's an attack. It's a physical attack. So you would use your might.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
You blew up.
Light damage upper
everyone
left.
else.
I think if you click on that, it does it all together. It does the attack roll and the damage at the same time.
Okay.
And then the edge you worry about after the fact.
Okay. So first attack. Do I need to plug anything into defense?
Yes. They have a defense of 15.
Okay.
Okay, 17 versus their 15. You do it, doing 25 points of damage, but you only do half that damage.
And that doesn't count for the 10.
It's 35, and you do half.
Half.
Right? So we'll round up.
Is that 17? Did I math? 18?
18.
Yeah.
For rounding
up. Rounding up, it's 18.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you get a second shot.
Yeah. All right, once again against 15.
You succeed. Oh my. So
you should re-roll
this time.
Re-roll the 3.
Yes,
because if you get a 6, Yeah.
Okay, the red 3.
No, not
No,
of the damage,
3 of the attack. Yeah.
Oh, how do I do
Just
that?
roll a d6.
Just roll D6.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, actually,
Does
does that miss at that point? No, it doesn't because it only dropped up by 2 points. No, it still hits.
Okay.
So 23 points of damage, 33 points of
33
damage.
by
Half.
2.
Okay, you do a lot of damage to this one. These things are tough, though. I mean, they can withstand several of your blows.
Yeah.
You also know you can take several of those blows. You've
good.
been in combat with them before.
All right.
Normal human, they could punch right through you. I mean, they're brutally strong, but the process you underwent has strengthened you all. Brings us up next. You're already outside, so you took your movement action. Woodrow, Woody,
Yeah.
what are you up to?
I'm gonna give a hop, a skip, and a jump. Since I have jumping too, I'm gonna jump out of the back of the ship up onto is there like a catwalk or anything or
Sure.
stack of crates? All right.
You're welcome to add in any kind of description you'd like, and we'll go right with it.
There's a catwalk. Woody bounces up there and he's gonna fire an energy blast at the other guy that's armed, the other one.
Mhm.
All right, so I can just do my ranged attack, I think. Maybe. Their defense is 15, you said?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Do I want to? All right, and I've got edge on that, just as like a natural thing.
Mhm.
What does edge allow me to do?
Well, I would re-roll the Marvel die, the red die,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
if you get
For
a
sure.
1, that is like the best roll you can do, and it's not going to make much difference if you don't roll a 1. Yeah, so you still succeed.
Yeah. Right.
42 points of damage. Which one did you target?
There's
There's
one.
one that hasn't, really been
Yeah.
interfered with. You're going for
Yep.
that one.
Yeah.
All right, that's a massive amount of damage to it. You see its battle suits start to spark. It quickly hits a little button, and its suit comes off just as it blows up into sparks. So that one is without its armor now, but it saved itself by ejecting the armor. Well, actually, it will
Hooray.
when it gets a turn, I should say. All right. So, are you going to move outside of your vessel, or are you going to stay in where you are? You can have a
I
movement
jumped
action.
out. I jumped out
You
onto
jumped
a.
out.
I'm
Okay.
up on a catwalk.
That brings us to Clint.
There's still 2 of them by Bruce.
Yes.
I figure I'm just gonna I'm gonna use banging heads. I'm gonna
Okay,
basically
nice.
jump out and just smash them together.
Yes.
Nice.
So you have to make 2 attack rolls. If you make them both, then it succeeds. If you don't, then it fails.
Okay. So how you have to kind of walk me through this? I'm sorry.
So on the sheet,
Yep.
right where it says fighting, what does it say? Let me pull up one.
Fight damage.
Fight damage.
Fight
Up at
damage.
the top. Yeah.
If you click where it says fight damage, that will roll the check as well as the damage.
Okay. Perfect.
And it's against 15.
Okay, so I need to roll it twice.
We didn't put a target number in there, but I think you made it. Yeah, do it again. Target number is 15.
Oh, okay.
It asks. Oh yeah, they both succeed. And do you want to read off what your power does?
Sorry, let me get there. I've been slowly typing things in since I
Yeah.
can't copy and paste text.
I got you right here. You make actually 1 fight attack, and compared to the agility defense of 2 enemies within reach, it beats both. Each enemy takes fight health baseline damage. Okay, so basically they both take the full amount of damage. We'll give you the 33 from the first one. So
Nice.
yeah, they both take 33 points of damage. One of them was already pretty injured from the multiple punches that he got from your speedster. So he goes down. The other
Nice.
one is heavily damaged, but is still up.
Hopefully,
Now,
get to rest.
Now we're starting the real initiative. So we're back up at Aaron. So they can act this round. That was kind of your surprise round.
All right. I'll just focus on whoever's closest. I'm not being extremely strategic, so I kind of flew up and above.
So you kind of took a stride forward to get right to the 4 guys that you hit with the crate, we'll say.
Yeah.
So there's 4 of them in front of you.
Okay, perfect. I flew up above them a little bit. I'll kind of fly down at them, doing a flying punch into the jaw of one of them.
Sure. Again, TN's 15 on these guys.
TN's 15. And thank you for the tip, Jeff, that I could just hit fight damage and it'll do it all.
Nice.
All right. Ooh. I'll punch him for 46 points of damage.
Yeah. So how do you kill this thing? What does that look like?
I mean, I flew up above him and I come flying down. Have you ever watched Street Fighter with Sonny Chiba? You know that downward punch to the top of the skull and it just explodes
his head,
inside.
his head actually does go down into the body as everything explodes outwards, just blanketing the area in viscera. So one of the 8 down for good. 2 of the 8 are now down for good. So that was your standard action. Do you want to take a move? Well, I guess you did move. You flew down.
Yeah, I flew down.
Okay.
I actually want to just be standing next to them and just kind of like lick my fingers, stare at them.
I seem to have removed myself from the initiative, but I go right after Patricia, who is up next.
Okay. So two of them are already paralyzed from my thing. I'm gonna look for 2 more that I could do the same thing to. Are there any more like kind of close proximity to each other that I could potentially?
There are 3 very close together right outside of your ship, which Jeremy's character is engaged with.
Okay.
To the left of them are the 2 that are entangled. To the left of them, there's one that Chuck's character is still facing off with, and Daniel's character is next to as well.
So however many the ones that Ray is by, Jeremy, I can do 100 cubic feet. So 2 or however many you think I can get. I'll do the same thing. So I'll wrap even more. I'll manifest, even if there's like no cables around. That's just me flavoring.
Oh,
like,
there's plenty. They just kind of erupt out of the plates on the floor.
I'm just continuing to be like, oh my God, you guys are all tied up. You get it? I'm working on my pithiness. And so there's that. And then I will do the same thing. I'll turn to Bruce and like, Bruce, you gonna let Ray embarrass you like this? Like, look at him. He's doing so much better than you. What's wrong with you?
It's fine. It's fine. I'll get him.
And so again, inspiration to you. Edges on all of your actions on your turn.
Okay. And Patty's still inside of your shuttlecraft, right? You have.
Am I the only one that's
You're
inside?
the only one that's still inside.
I will leave then, but I'm going to keep at a distance as best I can.
Sure.
I don't want to be in close
it's clear to the right, so you just break hard right, and
exactly.
You're away from everything. Now their turn.
Yep.
So 4 of them are now entangled. What do they have to roll?
All right, so they get a choice. They can either roll an agility against a TN of 25 or a might at a TN of 22. And that's just to be able to do anything.
Yep.
Okay.
They're definitely doing might. Oh, it won't let me do just a straight. There it goes. Okay. 22 with might.
Yeah.
Fail on 1.
Okay, so they're paralyzed.
I'm just going to do them as groups. That's the first group. Next group. Success. Yeah. So we're going to say the group that the first group is now, they're free. The second group is still bound up.
The ones that are bound are paralyzed. So that means they cannot take any actions, sustain powers, et cetera, et cetera. Their agility to defense is reduced to 10. And anyone who attacks them has edge on all physical attacks against them. So anyone who does physical attacks gets edge on them.
Oh boy!
And the other 2 are fine to act.
Okay. In which case they do, since Ray is right there. They're going to blast you, Ray. They're going to blast you. So this is the first one. What is your defense?
My agility defense is 28.
28. Okay, well, pretty sure that's going to fail. Yeah, it fails.
I'm sorry, you're too slow. I'll fling a little bit of his friend's brain matter in his face.
Nice.
Second one, what did you say it was again? Sorry,
28.
28. Second one succeeds.
That's what I get for taunting, I suppose.
Yeah. I'm just gonna roll this for damage. Ignore the target. So it's going to be 48 points of damage. Yeah, their guns hit hard.
Okay, so this is a gun. It's not.
It's a gun. Yeah.
Okay, so how much damage?
48.
Okay, I have armor rank 2, so I will take 8 of that.
Yeah, you've been hit by these before. Normally, they just disintegrate a human.
Hmm.
But you guys are made of sterner stuff. Those 3 fire. The one on the speedster is gonna. He's watching you. He's watching you. He thinks he got your pattern down. And he just kind of butt strokes you with his rifle. So, what is your
Butt strokes
defense? Agility defense.
Where defense score is 19, I think. Agility
Should
defense?
be on the
No, I'm
far
sorry.
right. Oh, okay.
If it's
What was
agility
it?
defense, it's 25.
25. It still hits you.
Ow.
Got a 30. Why is this not calculating damage right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus. That's 48 points of damage as it butt strikes you with a rifle.
That's very rude.
Yeah, they're very viciously strong.
Okay.
So let's see. That's 3. That's 4, 5, 6, and 2 dead. So that's all of them. So we go on to Bruce.
Now that half my health is gone,
Don't be a chicken shit, Bruce. Get in there.
I am going
You're
to...
doing great, Bruce. You're doing awesome.
Yeah, so I've got my attack stance going. I'm just going to do the fast strikes again. Just punch him twice.
Go for it. 15 is their defense.
Did Patty, you did something to reduce their defense?
The ones, if you attack the ones that I have my goo on, my wires, whatever you want to call it, they have an agility defense of 10. So there should be 2 of them still. And
this
then
one is one of that's free though.
Okay.
But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it depends on who you attack. If you attack one of the ones that I did, it's agility defense of 10, and you have edge on physical attacks against them on top of the edge I gave you with my inspiring words.
Well, you inspired me so much, so I am just going to speed over to one of them. Take that easier hit. Yeah, so 18 to 10, that would be 38 damage, so 19 damage.
Yeah, one of these guys was already damaged, so you just pulp him, break bones.
Okay.
You punch through him and keep going.
I'll take it then. I don't think I can break up my fast strikes, so that should do it.
Well, but okay, so the other one that's bound is right next to him. You don't have to move again
Oh,
to make
well
the
then
second. Yeah,
I'm going to punch that one too.
and same penalties that the first one had. So
All right, 16 with 36 damage.
36. Same thing. You just put a hole through this thing's body as it drops.
Ow.
There you go.
I'm
There you
catching up.
go.
I did
Yep.
it.
That leaves 4. None of them are bound. You just took the 2 out that were bound before. And
Excellent
we're up to
fisting,
Woody.
Bruce.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I will again fire an energy blast at the same one that I shot last time.
Sure. He doesn't have armor on now, actually, so he's got a TN of 10.
Excellent.
Yeah. He's burned to a crisp with
Yeah.
your energy. Yep. Yeah, with your energy. Bringing us to Clint. There are 3 of them left, Clint.
I want to take like the 2 of them that I was smashing together previously and then use them to smash 2 more people.
Okay. Well, you take 2 and you smash the third one that's in the middle because there's only 3 left.
That'll work. Let me roll it out here real quick. I'm still typing things in.
Mm-hmm.
What's the target?
15.
It's all right.
Yep, you succeed. 33. It applies to both of them. They were already harmed as well. So those 2 more, you just basically crush their skulls, leaving one lone one who's looking very panicked, and you see him eyeballing the big red emergency button that's in the airlock. So it's top of the initiative again. Aaron.
Aaron will look down at this part of his metallic skin that was singed, and his healing factor can heal up to 10 points. So those 8 points go away. He looks at the man who shot him and punches him in the face.
15. I do kind of like the static numbers. It does make things go quicker.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can't let you do that.
Yeah, so you punch through his head again. The airlock is quiet. He had reached out one porcine arm that basically gets torn off and just kind of drops in front of the button. And you're left in this airlock. It's quiet. All of you notice, like, despite the amazing technology as far as like the shuttlecrafts go, you can't help but notice as you look around how it's advanced yet primitive at the same time. You all kind of get the, this is the first time you've actually been to one of their homes. Mostly you've just seen their shuttlecraft. But as you're looking around, you have the thought that you really much doubt that the species, the horde as you call them, actually created this stuff. More like they're the end users, and all the control mechanisms have been dumbed down for their use.
Okay.
Interesting.
You're an airlock of a city that's the size of several large cities put together. What do you do?
Do we just tear open the door?
I mean, if we gotta take them all out.
Yeah, we could do that.
It's a city, you said?
It's the size of several large cities. This thing is like in orbit on the dark side of the moon, just so it's blocked from most visual from the Earth below. This thing is immense.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people probably here. Some of them are probably effective, have some sort of tech that might work. A few of them could get a good shot in. Maybe we just find like a self-destruct or something like that somewhere, or some sort of power generator. We implode the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, reactor. I could deal with that.
Yeah. Maybe there's a design flaw. We could weasel our way down somehow.
As you're talking, there's a beep, and off to your left when the video screens comes on. Beth's face appears. It's very pixelated. It's there. So it's like, I'm in. Surprisingly unprotected once you're inside. Here. The thing shifts for a bit, and then there's like a map. So you guys are somewhere around mid-level. She's showing you need to go down 2 levels to essentially that's the control center. It's at the bottom of this kind of spherical ship. It's kind of a squash sphere, more of an ellipse, but it's at the very bottom. So you need to travel down. She shows you there's elevator routes. She's showing you cooling routes. Like if you wanted to take, essentially going through the air conditioning system. They don't have stairs. So it's like there's elevators and you've got air shafts. That's about it. They do breathe the same air that you do. It's all oxygenated in here. You knew that ahead of time though.
That's handy at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would vote the air shafts, the cooling vents, whatever they are. That way we can sneak up and they don't have time to mount any defenses.
Sure.
Outstanding idea.
So that we have to remove some hands and maybe an eyeball or two, just in case we need to get through a door or something.
It's not a bad idea.
Do that anyway, just for fun.
I have an eyeball stuck between my fingers.
Just a hard push.
Yep. She says they've got next to nothing for databases, but so she lights up a couple of other things. And again, this thing it's immense size of several large cities. So getting from one area to another, your speedster can do it without a problem, but moving around might be an issue if you don't find a vehicle of some sort.
Rest of us can stay here. Bruce can do it all.
Best that I can tell is the ship is filled mostly with spoils. Like all those shuttles that have been invading us have been just filling this thing up. It's basically just an enormous cargo container. There are, and she highlights certain portions, there might be living cargo in these areas. One level up. highlights a few places.
Rescuing them would be nice, but our goal here is to
Maximum damage is what Beth says.
Yeah. Beth, any signs that they might have taken really, really powerful armaments? Like nuclear signals?
All of our best weaponry has had no effect on their technology. I don't see why. They seem to be mostly focused on cultural items.
Okay.
Just something that'll make a good explosion in here somewhere.
Well, let's just take this vent down to the control center.
Yeah.
Do that idea, overloading it, blowing it up.
Or crashing it down into the moon or something like that. Because it's around the moon, isn't it? Yeah, we could do that too.
We could do that.
We could do that.
All right, you guys find the vent that she's talking about. It's pretty enormous. This thing has to circulate a lot of air around. There is a pretty strong current because of that as well. So as you go in, the current is blowing up. You're wanting to go down. So it's a little difficult. Each of you, I would like to make your choice of a might or an agility check. Agility is basically you're doing your best to maneuver your body such that you're more in the flow. The might is you're just hand over handing it going down. So each of you make that check. It is going to be a difficulty of 20.
Yeah.
Okay. So might check, because it's not an attack, I'll just add a 15 to the end.
I think you can actually just click where it says total action modifier. I think if you click
That's
that,
where I rolled from.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's the left hand side.
What was the TN again?
20.
20. Oh, boy.
Okay. So
All right,
37.
All right, here we go.
Made it. All right. The Black Watch is able to slowly, hand over hand, climb their way down against this very strong flow of air. There's no more digital displays down this way, so Beth is trying the best that she can to get over your comms, but this is kind of a dead zone, so she goes quiet once you hit it. From the schematics, you just need to keep going straight down, and you should be at the roof of the command module. So you guys you just pull yourselves down hand over hand until you reach below you are spinning several spinning fans, very large spinning fans, and then below it you can see where the air is being taken up. If you can get through this and through the grill, you will be in basically the duct working right above the command module. So 4 fans spinning counter to one another, making this incredible amount of flow. Question is, how do you get past it?
If I were to like grab one of the fans and stop it, would it create an opening? Is there enough gap between the blades that people could go through if one of them was held still?
Yes. You also think if you time it just right, you might be able to quickly move between the blades if you're fast enough and you get the timing just right.
I'm going to do my flight level 2 to move through it, which is it's my run speed.
So, looking at this thing, do I see like a turbine or something that controls it? Is there anything like if we gook it up a bit, could we possibly, because I could get some, I can try to like slow it down a bit. I could reach inside the panel, pull them out, see if it slows it down a bit. Even if it doesn't stop it, if we can just slow it down, because all the gook and the turbines might make it a little easier for us.
I can shoot it.
You can describe the environment as much as you want to, Jeff. So that plan would work.
Yeah. So I can give that a try first if you want.
But it sounds like Bruce is just going to fast foot it.
Yeah, I was looking at the math, and it looks like my run speed is like 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You're certainly fast enough. What this would require, though, is a logic test to see if you can get the timing right.
Quickly run right into a fan blade.
Not difficult for you.
Okay.
The TN is only TN's a 10. It's not difficult.
I want to do it. I want to run
All right.
through it.
Wait.
What?
Bruce.
Yeah.
Listen, I know you think you're hot shit, okay? And
He's
I just
very
want you to
fast.
know that you are hot shit, okay? You're good enough, you're fast enough, and doggone it, people like you. So I would like to give him. I'm trying to inspire him.
Oh,
to see
nice.
if-
Okay. I thought you
I'm
were
a support
going,
character.
if if I'm hot shit and I hit the fan.
Yeah, that's true too. But
All right.
these things happen.
Come on, 3 ones.
17.
You make it. You get the timing just right, and poof, you plow right through with your speed. So you're on the other side, and you pull up short before you hit the grating. So you're on the other side of the blades, and again, there's an immense draft of air. I'm not going to make you roll again for it, but you're just right in front of the grill now. You've gotten past the blades, and you can see below you. It looks like it's a small chamber that's got a bunch of control interfaces up here. There's one tech that seems to be going by with, of all things, a clipboard. He's just marking off on. You can look at the sheet above. Of course, you can't read their language, but it's just like it's got these big check boxes in it, a little bit of scribbling in their language next to it. And he's just going through and he's looking at each bay. It's either red or green, and it corresponds to one of the check boxes, and he's just marking off as he's going through, looking at each
Is
one of
this
these things.
kind of another one of them scrawny guys?
It's not as big as their warriors. They're still so the smallest one of their species, Justine, is still like 6'5", 300 pounds. The warriors are like 7 foot, 600 pounds. So this is one of the smaller ones.
Okay. Does he notice me?
No.
Okay.
It is. There's a lot of noise up here from those turbines and the air wishing by. He hasn't heard a thing.
All right. Well, I'm just going to keep an eye on him while the others work their way through.
Okay. All right, we'll pause with you then.
Yeah.
So your speedster has gotten through just fine. Gives you the thumbs up that he's on the other side.
Okay, so listen, let me just give this a try. It might work, it might not.
Do you think, Patty? Do you think?
Okay, 1 second. I don't know why I'm doing it, because I just like to, I like to make it look all fun. And so I'm just gonna slam my hand against like the wall, like, and just try to like sense for some like cable and stuff. It's gonna rip on out, and it's just gonna try to like reach around. And I'm casting web grabbing, which is a little different than I did before. It's a ranged attack this time.
So just wrapping around a spindle, and you're just trying to slow the blades down.
Just trying to slow it down as much as I can.
Are you trying to stop them or just slow them?
If I can stop them, that'd be great. But like the goal at the very least is to slow them down.
Okay. Does that have any kind of power rating on it at all, or how many pounds it can do?
No, it doesn't have anything like that. No.
Okay, I tell you what then.
It would result. It could result in either being the condition grabbed or being the condition pinned, depending on how well I roll.
Okay, we'll go ahead and roll it then.
Okay.
We'll say that a pinned will stop it, grabbed will slow it.
Okay. So I'm just gonna roll. I'm rolling my attack. The damage doesn't matter, but I'm just using it to roll.
Yeah, just roll the attack.
Is there a target you want me to hit?
I'm going to say just because of the speed, I'm going to use its might. So we'll say an 18. They're very strong turbines.
Sure.
There you go.
That's a success. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not good enough to do pinned. It is good enough to grab.
Do grab. So it slows down. Below you, Bruce, you notice that the tech has stopped in front of a bank. He goes over, kind of smacks the panel again. Then he scribbles out something he wrote on the pad, and he X's out the square next to it instead, and just goes along. So the whine has died down a little bit. The airflow is reduced. The blades are still spinning, but slowly. If anybody wants to try and pass through it now, it's still a logic test, but essentially it's a 5. It's a nothing as long as you don't flub the roll.
Can I
What
go
do you all try to get through?
look at that panel?
Well, unless you get the grate out of the way and drop down. I mean, you can look at it from where you are.
Oh, I can't reach it. Okay.
Yeah, I
Never
can't
mind.
reach it. Looks like everybody succeeded. So you drop through the spilling blades just fine. You're all on the other side with Bruce, who is staring down, and he's pointing out at one of the invaders walking by, checking stuff off on his clipboard.
I start charging up my fist, and I'm gonna start aiming.
Okay, make an attack check.
All right. TN?
Let's say 10. I'll give you a bonus because he's not aware of the attack.
Alrighty.
Okay. You smoke another one. This one wasn't in battle armor, so had no real protection. And he was like walking back over to that panel that you saw, Chuck, and he was about to tap it again, and he gets taken out by a bolt.
Nice.
All right. So between you and that space below you is this metal grate.
Lift her up nice and slow.
Okay.
Oh,
What's your mic?
slow. Sorry.
I'm letting Aaron take this.
Okay.
I have a base 29 before I
than
roll.
Yeah. There's the sound of squealing metal as you don't know exactly which way it's supposed to turn, but it comes loose.
Make it go that way anyway.
Yeah. And you lower the grating down. You drop off. You guys you're in a room, a lot of conduit, a lot of tubes coming in here, and again, banks after banks of lights that go from green to red. So it's just like a east to west passage. You're not sure which direction. Actually, the invader was moving from east to west. So like he had already checked all the computers down the east. He was heading west.
You want me to go scout it out real quick?
Sure.
You mean you haven't done it already? What do we pay you for?
The crate was very heavy and in my way.
Oh, jeez.
I'm super fast, not super strong, Patty. Come on.
Just lazy.
It's okay. I am super strong, but not super fast. I'm very jealous of you, Bruce.
I mean, together we make the perfect duo. I'll zip down.
The west?
Yeah.
Okay. It comes to basically a blast door. It looks like there's like a code panel there, and again in the strange alien language. It's a very heavy duty door. It looks like it would withstand an explosion. This area is probably that's probably a safety device. You're thinking this area might actually explode, and that's to keep it from having issues to the rest of the ship.
Any viewports or anything in this heavy blast door?
There's a button right in the middle of the door.
That seems sketchy. I'm gonna push it.
Yeah.
All right, you push it, and the door goes translucent.
Oh,
On the other side of the door, there are two of the blaster-armed warriors of the race. They're standing on either side of the door. Looks like it's one way. Doesn't look like they can see you, but you can see them.
this looks like a control center type area.
No, it looks like more like an airlock. It's like, so you're on the inside of the airlock, and on their side is like a regular door.
Okay. I'll zip back to the crew and tell them what I saw. Like, all right, go down this way, big old blast door. There's a button which turns it like a two-way mirror so I could see in. It looks like, there's two big blastered arm dudes guarding it, and yeah, there's just a regular door on the other side.
I'm gonna go take a look at the clipboard. I don't know if we can read their writing, but maybe get an idea.
I mean, it's got right down the middle. There's two squares on either side, left and right, and then there's some of the alien language off to one side, and there's some alien language off the other side. And it looked like all he was doing is going down and making an X in one box or the other. No one's been able to decipher their language except for those of you, the people in the Morituri program that had super intellect were able to figure it out, but they're not able to explain it to anyone else. But it looks really simplistic. I mean, like you can tell easily by looking at it and looking down the hallway. Each of these squares likely matches one bank of these computers going through here.
Straightforward, at least.
If we would like, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
If we would like to get the drop on these armored individuals, I could perhaps try to peel open the doors. You could push the button that lets us see them. Everybody else could ready in action for once I open it.
Sure.
Sounds
How
good.
many were there again? Two?
Dos.
Yep. And these were like the elite troops in heavy armor.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So the plan then?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
So in this game,
by
there
doing
is
the
a ready action where you guys can say a fast, a standard, a movement action you're going to take as a readied, and so that fires when whatever happens. So if you all want to basically get ready to do an attack or defense or something, you could say I'm readying a standard action, I'm readying a quick action, etc.
I heard that there's two of them, and
There
I
are
got
two
two
of them.
hands.
Okay.
I want to fire up my attack stance, and then I want to ready my fast strikes.
I'm readying an energy blast.
I'm going to make it rain in there. You know, it's fun. Just going to make it rain.
Well,
I assume
technically,
if I'm
that
opening the
power
door,
that power has line of sight, and you can see through this. I mean, even it looks like it's 3 feet thick, but you can see through it. So if your power allows you to do it line of sight, you have line of sight.
Yeah, it's basically, I mean, I can make it rain in a lot of, I could technically do it now.
Up to
Drawing
you.
them in the room.
Can you make
I
it
could do it
rain
now.
on the plains of Africa?
Ray,
Let it
getting,
start raining now, and then we can ready. 'cause
so
then I
just
could
to give you an
lightning
idea,
strike
Ray, you don't think this is going to be trivial at all. The door looks like it's 3 feet thick, and it's made of the same material that their spaceships are, which you know from experience are very tough. So this is going to be a ridiculous test. Let's see, you guys are level 10. Normally that is a target number 23, so it's going to be 27 is your target number to do it on a might check.
okay. Well, I've got a 29 before I
you've
roll.
got some extras now. If you've got the might that allows you to be one size larger when you're trying to move something, do you have that one?
So I have might 3, which automatically gives me a plus 15 to
Yeah.
any check that's not a fight check. So I have 14 for my own. 15 from that gives me 29. So I'd have 29 before I roll my 3d6.
Okay. So yeah, you make it then. But you could still roll 3 ones.
I could still roll
have to
3 ones. So I could still roll the might thing just to make sure I,
Mhm.
make sure I don't fumble.
Oh, come on.
Fantastic success instead.
Okay.
You open the doors and push them through the walls.
Yeah, so
Like
a fantastic
dining
success
rooms.
is a yes and the player gets to dictate the and as long as the judge agrees. So what's the extra benefit you get? So
I mean,
you tear the door open easy.
Can I fling if I tore them off so easy? Can I fling the door like a heavy object?
Sure, but they're on either side of the door, so you'd have to pick one side or the other if you
I'll
want to
just
hit
pick
one
one.
of them. Okay,
Yeah,
left or right?
left. I'll
Okay.
always go left.
All right. In which case, go ahead and
Just the
do
way.
your range damage with a massive object, which gives you a +8 to the attack, but it's a -8 to the damage modifier. Which I think that's weird, don't you? Don't you?
Well,
think
so
that's
the
really
damage
heavy?
actually you get a bonus. It's actually it works the
Oh,
opposite
that's
way.
right. Yeah, yeah.
So it actually ends up being a +8 to the damage.
Mhm.
What's the TN for them?
These guys are in powered armor, so 24 in this
Okay.
case.
So 24, and then we'll just add the 8 at the end. So it says 20, but I would have the +8
Yes.
from the big door. So 28. And
Okay,
then
28
the
points of
damage would be
damage.
21, and then the 8 from the door.
29 points of damage. Okay, slams into the leftmost one. Now you guys all have your reactions, whatever action you set aside. So let me just go in order. Chuck, what is Bruce doing? You wanted to do what?
As soon as the door was open, I was going to zip in and fast strike.
Okay.
Chow, just like that.
Even though the one just got hit upside the head with this several ton door, it's still battle ready. The one to the right is unharmed at all. Which one are you hitting?
I'm gonna focus on the one that's taken some damage already.
Okay. TN is 24. They're in the thick battle armor that you've seen.
All right. So yeah. First hit. No.
So just a timeout for me. What I'm saying they're in thick battle armor, that's not to say that they have armor, which would not increase their TN, but the armor is an exoskeleton, which amps their agility, amps their physical attributes.
Okay.
So that's why it's harder.
Okay. And then my second hit.
Okay. So the first one missed.
Yeah, I was a
Yep,
17.
okay.
Second one, also a 17. So
Okay.
I'm just flailing at it.
No,
wildly.
actually, what it is despite how fast you are in their augmented armor, the guy's just weaving.
Oh wow.
He's just moving around these lightning punches, and you're just missing him because of this. He's just making these very small corrections so that you miss on either side. We'll go next to John. What is your character doing?
Energy blast.
All right.
What else?
Right or left?
The same one that got tagged by the
Left.
door.
Okay. Go ahead. Same thing though. It's a 24 TN.
24 TN.
Much tougher.
Oh, so close. That'll be a miss.
Okay. Going down to Patty.
Did it already start rating in there? I couldn't remember if we did that when the thing was.
Yeah, I think we've lost
Invisible?
it. So did you want to start the rain before? Because I think what happened
Yeah,
is that
if I can.
Ray tore through it much faster than he thought he was going to. So maybe it happened right at the same time. So that's fine.
Yeah, so
what does your
if
rain
I can.
do? You can. What does your
So
rain do?
basically, it'll have their movement, and anyone else's technically who's in there, and it'll have range. It'll have movement, and it'll have range. So like if they try to attack at range, it'll be in half. So that's already happening, and then it just kind of coats them in water, which lets me lightning strike them.
Okay, sounds good. So that will say that happened right before he tore the door off. So did you have another reaction that you wanted to do?
I would, if I
happened
can,
before?
if you'll let me, I
Can.
would like to lightning strike them. Yeah,
Go ahead.
One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will also go for the one that's already been damaged a bit. So this is, you said it's 24.
24.
Okay. I don't know. I've never actually used lightning strike. I don't know if it's any good. That's a miss.
It's a miss.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Okay. Still the lightning goes off, but for whatever reason, it's not grounded properly, perhaps. It just hits the floor instead. Bringing us to Ray. Well, Ray couldn't have a prepared action because you ripped the door off. So Daniel, up to you. What are you doing?
Well, I got to smash. By smash, I mean bang their heads together.
You're playing Clint, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They were on opposite sides, so they're not very close together. I'm not sure how close they have to be for your ability.
Let me see if I can find. I don't know.
got it right here.
I got to
Within
type.
reach. So they are not both within reach.
Not within reach. Okay, then I guess I'll smash instead. Then.
Smash.
So I spend focus to do this, right?
That's actually the focus does extra. Plus additional physical damage equal to the amount of the character paid in focus. So if you have to spend at least 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just does more damage. You don't have to spend the focus if you don't want to.
I'll just spend 5 for fun. Why not?
Okay.
And then with an edge, what does that do?
Well, go ahead and roll your fight damage.
Okay.
That'll also roll the attack. And then if you can re-roll one of the die that come up.
What's the target?
24.
Okay.
24, yeah. Well, you make it. Is there anything worth rerolling in there? Not really.
So I get an extra 5 damage.
Yeah, so you do
the focus
36 damage to it. And you're hitting the same one that was already damaged. Is that correct?
Yep. Might as well focus down.
Okay. I mean, there's a burst of this kind of almost purplish like blood. It staggers back, but it's still fighting fit. These guys are really strong. And so that is all your reactive round. So we are back to everybody rolling initiative now.
These guys are tough.
Yeah, and I have edges on this, so I'm just going to roll it manually for
Same.
that update.
So reroll that 2.
So I can pick one of the 3 dice and roll it again.
Yes. And just roll a d6. It doesn't allow you to reroll a die on there.
Oh, good. That changes that a lot. I move up to 20.
Oh, that's why it keeps. I was wondering why it keeps showing up as Patricia. Let's change that there. There we go. All right, does everybody enter the stuff?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I need to re-roll now that I've got this straightened out here. Here we go. Okay. Means Clint goes first. Get him, Clint. 1 is completely undamaged and is leveling one of these huge cannon-like devices at you.
Oh my.
You know that generally you can take 1 or 2 of those. Some of the stronger of you can maybe take a few more, but direct hits from those hurt a lot.
I can take a lot.
Let's see here. Maybe I can try this out. My ground shaking stomp.
Ooh.
See if I can knock a couple of them on the ground.
Oh, I think that gets everybody in the radius, though.
Does it?
So it's not just your enemies.
Oh,
Ground
okay.
shaking stomp makes a might check and compares it against the agility defense of every enemy within their reach. No, that's silly, but okay. There we go. Enemies only.
I mean, like, it doesn't make sense, but I wrote it exactly in the book.
We're going with it.
So just make a regular attack.
Make a might check.
Might check.
And then if it beats the agility defense of every enemy within reach, which it probably, well, it might not actually. They've got a fairly high agility. But so if you just click where it says total action modifier, it should roll for that ability.
Okay, let me double check. Other than attacks, okay.
So yeah, might.
Yeah. Just barely.
Yeah. Their agility is a 7. Actually, is it the total agility or just the agility score? That's it gets. Oh, agility defense. Okay, so that's 24 versus your 24, so it hits.
So they take 24 damage, I think. My modifier plus my.
Yeah, it takes physical bashing damage equal to the character's might plus rank, and is knocked prone.
Oh, might plus rank, so it'd be 17.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. So they're knocked prone. They take 17 points of damage. One is newly damaged. The other one is looking pretty bad. But you're seeing that there's foam sealing up the wound that the purple blood was coming out of. So the suit's healing this guy up.
Oh, shit.
But they're both knocked prone.
That's what we wanted.
Yeah, that's Clint's turn. You have a move action too if you wanted to move.
I don't know if there's any value in moving anywhere.
The other thing, so this is a single 10 by 10 room, and then there's just a regular door right across from the airlock that was ripped off. There's no plate in it, so you don't know what's past that, but there is a door in this room.
Okay.
Nope, stay where you are.
I mean, I guess I might just position to make more room in the room.
Sure, yeah, you can just move aside so that someone else can get through it. That's fine.
Okay.
So you go out the door, turn. Woody, you're up.
Patty does have a 20. I think you deleted the double
oops.
Patty that I had the 20 on.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem. So go ahead.
Yeah. So Patty, the one that's oozing and looks to be almost down, She will try. I'm gonna drop, like, it's no longer raining in there, but they should be like coated in water now.
Yes.
So I'm gonna drop that so it's not actively raining anymore. That's just a free thing. And then I'm going to try another lightning strike on that one if I can.
Sure.
So that's a 24.
Let me
again.
look what prone does. It might be easier to hit him now. Prone
Or it might be
has
harder.
trouble on all might action checks. Enemies making fighting attacks to get or gain an edge in all such attacks.
This is an
It's not a
agility.
fighting attack though. So
Yeah. Okay. So I'm still gonna do it. If we can take one out, we can take one out. So I'm gonna try that. Can I spend a karma to reroll the 2?
Yep.
So I'm gonna reroll that 2, see if I can get a 3.
Everybody
higher.
should have 5 karma. It's
I
half your
don't.
level
So
to
it's a
start with.
miss. It's very annoying. But I will call out with my easy ability. I'll call out to Ray Ray, like, hey, Ray, you know, Bruce has been talking a lot of shit about how he's better than you. So you might want to, go and demonstrate your prowess at smashing. So chop, buddy. And
Of
so you have
course.
inspiration now, Ray.
Thank you, cousin Patty. Bruce,
All right.
you are
What
better
is it?
than me at being fast, but I'm very good at curb stomping. Allow me to demonstrate.
Woody's up next.
All right. I'm going to take aim at the one that hasn't the one that's not
Sure.
looking all beat up. Take aim at the other one. I'm actually going to spend some focus, fire my energy blast, which I just now realized has edge. So let's give this a shot and see what happens. Oh, I like that.
So what is this effect again?
It's just an energy blast.
Okay,
And
it is a
then-
ranged attack though, right?
It's a range attack. Yeah.
All right. So interestingly, a prone target's harder to hit by ranged attacks.
Okay.
So the modifier is a -2, which is still even up. So you still succeed.
Okay. All right. And I meant to declare beforehand, I was going to spend 20 focus to give myself 20 extra damage.
Oof. Okay. Keep in mind, hitting 0 focus is bad.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So that'd turn the damage into 64.
Okay. And this is against the one that has not taken damage?
Yes.
Or the one that, okay. Yeah, that's there's that smell again of fried alien on the air. He's still alive
Okay.
though. Yeah.
That's
And you can see his systems are spraying foam all over the place trying to assess damage, but looks like it doesn't quite know what to do with this kind of damage. All right. So that is Woody giving us. Aaron is up next.
All right. I'm going to go for the one who is bleeding and almost dead, and I would like to help him reach his goal.
Are you going to position his head just so that you can do a real curb stomp?
Of course.
Just line them up on that door.
All right. So we'll do that. And 24, but it will have an edge on the attack because he's prone.
He is prone. So you have, actually, it has trouble, I think is how it says.
You have an edge
Enemies
from me,
making
though.
fighting attacks. Yeah, you get an edge. Yeah.
Okay.
You get another one from me too for all of your actions.
Okay. Well, it still hits.
Okay. Yeah, it hits. Is that your total damage?
It looks like it. So I'll curb stomp him for 44 points of
Okay.
damage.
Which snaps its neck. It was barely hanging on. Healed a little bit, but not quite enough. You see its systems going to just splurge foam all over the place, kind of like almost entombing the thing inside.
This
Demolition
one's
Man
for you,
safety
Bruce.
Thanks. That's very kind of you.
Bruce is up next.
There's still one left, right?
Yep.
And I'm
He's still prone.
gonna
Finish
go
him.
punch him right in the butt while he's prone. So I'm gonna fast fist
Wait.
To the butt.
to the butt. What's his TN?
TN's the same, so still 24.
We all have our special talents.
But you have edge twice now, I guess. Once from Jeff
Nobody
staying
knows
and
how to
once
fist a
because
butt
it's
like
prone.
Bruce.
No, it doesn't have it for me. I gave it to
Oh,
Ray this
Oh, yeah.
time.
So
I'm trying to create an antagonistic relationship between Bruce and Ray.
So do I have edge once then, or
You
no?
have once. You
Okay.
have edge once.
So I'll re-roll that 2 into a 4.
That's enough.
It only takes me to a 23, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
still
you're
a
right.
miss. Yeah.
Still a miss.
Okay.
You could spend karma.
Karma just lets you reroll.
Yeah, it's just a
So-
reroll. Yeah, so
I mean, you can, and then you could. I don't think you can reroll the 4. I don't.
you have
think
to. It has
you
to be a
can-
different die.
different
That's how
die,
it
right?
works.
So that'd be
Yeah.
the 5. So.
That's yeah. I'm just gonna
It'd be
take my
hard to
second
beat.
punch.
Each attack
Nice.
gets the edge. So
Now you see why I gave it to Ray Ray.
I'll re-roll a 4
Get that 6.
into a 4.
Yeah.
Double miss.
yeah, even prone, its battle suit is causing it to move out of the way of your fists.
There's nothing to be ashamed of, Bruce. You work those cakes.
I'm doing my best.
Patty.
Maybe if you stop trying to punch people in the butt, you'd be more effective. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
I was just trying to play patty cake on them patty cakes.
Hey, call myself a butt puncher.
One time, Bruce. That was one time. I can't believe you're bringing it.
So Patty is up.
Patty already went. I just don't. I think
whoops.
she.
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
yeah. It just
Gotcha.
wasn't.
Yeah, it's not in
yeah.
the right. Okay, so it's their turn now. In which case, it doesn't even bother standing up. The last person to try and attack it was Bruce. So Bruce, it just lifts up the gun, which is now like right in front of your face. And it
Okay.
pulls the trigger.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
What is your defense? Your agility defense?
25.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, it just missed.
Ah,
I'll take it. Nice. Just
Your
moonwalk
your
away.
super reflexes cause you just to turn your cheek just as that thing erupts. It would have taken your head off.
The jiggling cheeks must have thrown off his aim. Well played, Bruce.
I do my
Excellent
best.
strategy.
He's questioning
Stop being
things about
nice
his
to
life.
each other. Oh my god.
Bringing us back to Clint. It's still prone because it didn't want to have to take an action to stand. Actually, I guess it could. It gets a move action. It'll take its full move action to stand.
well, Clint's got a smash. After the butt punch failed, and, the patty cakes didn't work. Gonna have to smash him in the
Hey,
ass.
look, even invading aliens
Smash him
don't
in
like
the-
surprise butt sex. It's just how it is.
It's true. It's true.
It's the only way. I'll go ahead and I don't think I'll put focus on this one, and we'll see what happens.
It hits. That's a lot of damage. Is that your total 29?
Yep.
Okay. Again, the suit erupts with all kinds of spray foam. You can see that like the thing is the creature inside the suit is losing focus, but then it's like something got injected into it and it takes a big breath and just kind of focuses on you.
So I busted his ass, but not enough.
Woody, you're up.
So someone else is going to have to finish the
Wait,
job.
no, I'm
Actually,
sorry.
I think
It's
Patty
Patty.
I'm
is.
sorry. It's
Yeah.
Patty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Patty.
Okay, so you know what? This whole electric, I'm gonna do it one more time. I might as well give it a try. I am going to fire one more time.
You want
so
this to
with
work
it,
so bad.
I've
Every
never
time
hit
you
anything
die.
with a lightning strike with this before. So come on, I rolled pretty well last time, so this is probably not going to work.
On the plus side, you've never struck anything twice. So
Oh yeah, there we go.
There you
Oh,
go.
there he is.
That's what we're talking about
Is
right
that the
there.
total damage?
Yeah, that's total damage.
Okay, yeah, it shorts out his suit, so its suit basically stops massaging its heart, so it dies a second time. It's like, ugh,
Yeah.
just falls
Okay.
You
over.
know what happens to a giant alien in a battle suit when they get struck by lightning? Huh?
I know the
That,
answer to this.
right there.
Oh, okay.
It's right there. That thing right there. It did it right there. That's what
Is
happened.
it
to
like so? The same thing that happens to everything else.
Such a
No.
terrible
Some of
one.
those things don't do that. No, I know it is. It's so bad.
It really is.
Oh, I don't think I have my damage calculated right. Oh well.
All right, everything's quiet in the room, and then the door in front of you opens. And one of the smaller creatures that you've just come to think of as technician is like, "Can you keep it quiet down in here?" or it says something. You don't know what it says. And then it looks and sees you guys. Its eyes go really wild.
Get him, Bruce.
A zip,
I'll give you
punch.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I think I'll,
Surprised.
I shoot it.
I'm going to pick up the dead dude that's next to me. And these guys, you said they weigh like a good 600
Yeah,
pounds,
they're
right? So
huge,
they're
yeah.
fairly big.
Yep, they're
I
big.
might use one of these dead guys as a melee weapon to smash the dude.
Go ahead. Yeah. It's not
But-
where it's a 15. It's not got any. Actually, it's a 10. It's got no armor on.
Well, I'll
No
let the
specialty
blast go
armor.
off first, because in
You guys-
fairness,
Yeah, I'm gonna wait because I don't want to get shot or squished. So
but
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
zooming in, but the blast gets there faster than me, probably.
So it's
It does.
incinerated, and then the body gets thrown into the hallway, and you're right onto what looks like an observation deck. There's this huge kind of like moon window that looks down onto the dark side of the moon, where it looks like some kind of project is going on. You see lights down there. You see large construction vehicles, and standing in this room, wearing this gigantic like mechanized suit. So when you saw on the screen that says he was the Horde commander, all around him in the room are various technicians. There's like a dozen of the heavily armored shock troop warriors. He turns, gigantic mecha fist comes up, points at you, says something in an alien language. Yeah, so it's a big slugfest about to happen.
the wrong way.
You are in the main control room.
We're fine.
Yeah, this is going to
Okay.
be good.
Go ahead and everybody roll initiative again.
I think we might be in a spot of trouble this time.
Nah, we're good. This is good. Everything's fine.
I can improve that. I did.
Tell me when everybody's in the tracker, please.
I'm
good.
I'm good.
Good to go.
Okay,
I'm all
so it's
set.
22, Aaron.
Nice.
So there's about a dozen technicians that are sitting at terminals. There are a dozen of the shock troopers, and then the Horde commander. And he's like 9 feet tall in this huge mechanized battle suit.
All right. Well, I mean, I already said I threw the guy earlier, so just assume I'm not holding anything. This is very much a get 'em Ray sort of thing. I have flight, so Ray will use the get 'em Ray strategy and just fly up and over the technicians and just punch at the commander.
Go for it.
What's the TN?
The commander is, let's see here. Let me get everything in. So 32.
Sweet mercy.
That's gonna be tough.
I don't think that's possible.
You can't get it with your bonuses?
No, I mean, I would have to roll 666.
Yep.
So
Yeah, so you go in, you clash with it, and his movements are just incredible. Even though this suit is just towering above you, the movements are graceful. It's almost like a dance of destruction as he moves and pivots and twists around you, trying to get a fist on him. You can hear the joints and the servo and the armor working hard though, and you can see a bit of heat coming off some of the joints.
okay.
Right? Yeah. So you moved, you took a standard action. Do you want to
Yep.
take your simple action, which could be communication?
I'll just his suit is extremely I'll just relay. I'll point at the area where I can see the heat.
Which brings us to Bruce.
This is okay. I'm going to use my easy action or whatever it is to go and activate my fighting stance again, or my attack stance, which will give me a +10 to damage. And then I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to zip up to this dude, and I'm going to use my focus strike. And I've got to spend focus on this, a minimum of 5. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 50.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll spend 50. And then I'm just going to take one really, really big punch
Okay.
and try and do things to him angrily.
Yeah, so direct physical confrontation's a 32.
Yeah. I gotta roll max on this.
Leave.
I
Ah,
did not.
no, you did not.
There's no way I can, yeah. I can spend karma to re-roll dice.
You can.
I want to
You have
spend
5. You
two
can only
karma.
spend one. Well, you can only spend one per action.
Oh, never mind then. There's no use.
He's got 2 6s, maybe.
Okay, yeah. So those of you that are watching, as your two friends just engage the thing in battle, the suit that the Horde commander is using is it's amazing. It looks like it's maybe has some kind of battle computer in that it's jacking up his reflexes. He seems to expect every hit that's landing on him or near him. Even your speedster, his fists a blur. Just with subtle, small motions, he's able to avoid every one of the blows, which brings us to Clint.
Are there any of them that are just kind of grouped up, like technicians or something like that?
All the technicians are in this long row of like computer terminals. The thing stretches like maybe a quarter mile in this huge room.
Oh, jeez.
But then all around here, like immediately near you, there are 12 of the large shock troopers. We'll say they're in groups of 3.
All right. Well, just so we don't just all get lit up, I guess I'll go over there and distract some of them, maybe.
Okay.
I'll probably jump and then do the stomp again.
Okay. Sounds good. 23. These are the big armor covered ones with the specialty armor.
Let's just enough. Just enough. So they'll take, I think it was 17 points of damage and they'll all fall prone.
Okay, so they fall prone. They take the damage. Already you can see things are moving and whirring in their suits that are trying to compensate for the damage, but 2 drop prone. And so you had to move to get to them. You took standard action. Do you want to take an easy or a simple action for anything?
I don't think I have any easy actions, really.
Okay. This brings us to Woody.
All right. What do you see in that this commander guy is kind of wheeling about and whatnot? I'm going to take aim at some of the guards in the armor. I will try to disable some of the incoming firepower, or maybe draw it towards me.
Well, there are 2 that are prone, but they're actually harder to hit with the range attack. So
right. So I'm going after standing ones. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's got that.
Sure.
All right. Fire and a blast.
Any of your powers have a range. I'm going to say there are 12 of them, but they're groups of 3. Mm-hmm. So if you've got something with a little bit of range, you could get up to 3. I don't know what your power sets are, though. So
they're just all variations on a single target energy blast.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, that's right. You're using one of the pre-gens I made. Yes, I know exactly what he does.
Yep. So that hits. So. Mm-hmm. Oh wait. Hang on.
Just there you go.
There you go.
So 39 points of damage. Okay. It strikes one. These are tough. Usually it takes a good 2 or 3 good blows to put one down. But you hit one and damage it. Is there anything you want to do? You didn't have to move to do that.
Yeah.
So did you want to move around to keep them from glomming on you? Did you want to do anything with your simple action?
I'll move in. I want to, if I can, like use my jumping to put some distance between me and them.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Right. I think your jumping is like almost
300.
Twice your. Yeah,
it's 310. Yeah.
And again, this is a huge. This control module is like a quarter mile long. I mean, there's plenty of room for you to maneuver. Going to Patty is next.
All right, Bert. We've worked together a bunch, right? Like we're on a team, right? They know what I can do. So if I yell out something like "cover your ears," would that be something they would know instinctively to do?
You're a special forces the team before this all happened, so yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna yell like "thunder," and then I'm going to create a massive burst of thunder within the room that this is attacking everybody in earshot. So that's why I was asking if they would know. And this is attacking resilience defense of every character within there. So I guess, give me the highest and we'll figure.
The highest is the Horde Commander with an 18.
Okay, so this is an ego check for me. So I do that, and I think I get edges. Yeah, I get an edge on ego. So I'm gonna do. And you said 18. You said.
Yes.
Okay, so I need to hit an 18. With an edge, I could use the edge to reroll the 2. That's a 29 for me. So
well succeeds.
I will spend my edge to reroll the 3.
The 3.
Because I want to see if I get the Marvel for a fantastic success. So there's a 6 a Marvel.
The one. The 1
is the Marvel.
Yeah, and
Damn.
the 6 is
okay.
6, so
That's all right. There's still so everybody is deafened. Unfortunately, since I didn't get a fantastic success, they're not stunned. But they're all deafened. Okay. And that means that they can't do any kind of power. They can't maintain or perform powers that require like earshot or anything like that. Can't communicate with each other. And they have trouble on all action checks that would require earshot.
Sure.
So there's that. And then I will, I'll call out to, I think who's going to get it this time?
What is the secondary thing that does? If you don't deafen, you can also do what?
If I get a fantastic success, I can stun them.
Okay. Do you get anything if you get the ultimate success?
Doesn't say that. It just says for
just
fantastic.
Wondering. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, all of them, everyone in here, but you guys and me, we're all, they're all deafened. And I'm going to shout out to Woody because I don't think I've given it to Woody yet. I'll be like, hey, boom, boom. These 2 nincompoops, they think they're better than you. Show them you're wrong. Show them they're wrong. Come on.
What?
Oh, come on. I said, no, you can take them earmuffs off now. Gee, Special forces, my ass.
Their turn. And why I asked is because all the battle suits have heightened sensory, including audio.
Ooh.
So all the battle suits, they're all stunned, as is the Horde Commander.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Oh my.
They cannot use their reaction or standard move actions. They can only still do easy actions. Okay. Horde Commander, as he yells in pain as his internal audios don't compensate well enough, but he does perform an easy action, which is to hit something on a control panel.
Uh-oh.
No.
Bringing us to Aaron.
okay.
All the texts just kind of cover. They're not getting in on it.
But just so you know, since the ones that are stunned, all of them have attacks. You have edge on all attacks.
You have edge on all
ranged,
attacks.
Regular. So everyone's got ranged.
Okay. How big are these control panels?
Huge, monstrous.
Okay, excellent. Because I can lift things up to a rank of colossal. So I'll grab the biggest one that I can find and swing it down over the head of this guy.
Sure. So we'll say gigantic. Yeah, it's a plus 16 modifier.
Oh my God. So I might actually hit him. And it can hit so many people. So however many you feel is appropriate to hit.
Well, he is, like I said, over 8 feet tall in the battle suit. So it's probably just him. There's not anyone directly around him.
That's fine. I mean, that gives me a plus 16 to hit.
Mhm.
That's pretty handy. So it's 32. So if we add a 16 to the end of that, it actually does hit.
It does it.
Nice.
And
very
then
nice.
16 extra damage on the end of that. So 59 damage.
Okay. The computer console smashes into his cyber suit, which immediately tries to repair the irreparable damage that you've caused as his eyeballs explode out, teeth shatter everywhere. This inside suit just starts filling with foam and it kind of jerks around and it falls down. Everyone in the room is just really shocked. And then on the control panel, the thing that he pushed right before you did this, tick, tick, tick. And then there's a huge explosion.
Okay.
Okay. The lights come on in the room. All of you new recruits are sitting in a darkened auditorium. You've just finished watching. Sorry, give me just a second here. You just finished watching a very public and just hopeful building video that's making the rounds on all the cable news channels. This is the Black Watch's final stand. It's seen as because they destroyed a Horde ship. They took the fight to the Horde commander. This was all captured on video by Beth Neon as she was able to get into the systems and record everything, though not able to render you help. Even though the Black Watch all died in the nuclear or the explosion that happened to the ship, you took out a mothership. You took out one of the Horde commanders. The person giving the presentation, though, pauses it and says, "This was for the masses. This is what really happened." Clicks the videotape. Same battles going on. Just as Ray picks up the big machine. Sorry, I'm having a rough night with names. What is your character's name again?
Woody.
Woody grabs his head and starts screaming. And you start seeing his flesh dissolve and he becomes brighter and brighter. And the explosion didn't come from the ship. It came from Woody, the spontaneous destruction of his cells from the Morituri process. That's where the explosion came from, ripping the whole Horde ship apart. And Beth captured his final moments, and it's gruesome. It just, the flesh is melting off you. Your beam powers are tearing through your skin. This destroys everything in a final explosion.
Ow.
Wow.
Okay.
And so the lights come on once again. Everyone's really quiet. No one has ever seen this footage outside of the people that know. You all have been screened. You have the proper DNA to undergo the Morituri process. And this is the final step of acceptance. And it's up to you whether you accept the process or not. But they're not letting anyone undergo this without knowing the truth. And so Beth Neon comes to the front of the stage. She looks at every one of you. There's 12 of you in the crowd. She catches all of your eyes. And she says over the speakers, "Why do you want to die?" And there it goes. We end there.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool. That's fun.
That
was very fun.
Yeah.
So if I ever get to run this as the series I want to do it to, you guys, it's random powers because no one knows what the Morituri process will give you. Stage 1 Morituri gives you, everybody essentially has the strength package because you need it to survive the second stage process. So everybody ends up getting the strength class of powers, but then they put you through an X-Men style danger room, except the dangers are real. You can die. They call it the garden, and that's what activates your powers. So if we ever get to playing this
forever,
if we ever get to playing this, that's what's going to happen.
That sounds awesome.
Randomly generate a character, take you through the danger room. If you survive it, you find out what your powers are. And what I did when I ran this in the Marvel Phase Rift series is I rolled a D12 for every character. That's which month or which story you die in. And before that episode, I'll contact the person and say, "Okay, you're going to die this episode. You figure out how it happens and what it looks like."
Okay.
I dig it.
Yep.
Very cool.
All right. I hope you folks like that. All in all, if you want to talk system for just a few minutes here, since we're not quite at 12 yet. I mean, I like it overall. It's fast. I like the set number chunks. So like, for instance, when I was figuring out like the mecha suit, and this is one of the things I kind of don't like, is your rank 10, your basic challenge number is always going to be at least a 23, because your challenge, the basic number, is set by your rank and not by anything else, which seems odd that, for instance, a rank 1 character going up against the same foe would have a much lower TN, which is weird. And then that TN gets modified by the adjective. Is it trivial? Is it easy? I set the Horde Commander suit, if you were trying to do melee, as impossible, which gave a +7 modifier. Then he had some powers that bumped up a little more. That's why I got that 32 from. So yeah, I don't think the rank structure really works in the context of Marvel, because there's so many team ups where you have someone that's basically just a Street Fighter with somebody that's like Superman or Ultraman, and there's like a huge disparity, but it works in the comics. It does not work in this game.
Okay.
Like what is it? Like if you take just even like a rank 1, let's say a rank 1 bruiser, your fight damage is a D6. Now, if you were fighting someone that was rank 10, it's 3d6 plus 11. Their punch will kill you, and that's it. That's it. It's if the rank is higher by just even a little bit, it's it.
Yeah.
You cannot stand up against it. So I don't know how well I like that, but otherwise, I think it's a
So you really got to keep it balanced.
Yeah. But they are taking, they're really open to getting public opinion on the game. They've got a website set up for people to put in their observations about the game, what they liked, what they didn't like, what they might want to see. It is early days of the playtest. It's not even supposed to be out for another year, or perhaps more at this point.
Yeah, I think I read in it that they're expecting it to come out in like 2023.
Yeah, 2023. And they're still actively collecting people's opinions on the game. I mean, I think the system overall is nice. I mean, I like it. I've certainly seen worse renditions of Marvel games.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. That's my opinion. Have your own opinions, darn it.
I would say that I love having it on a VTT.
Yeah.
Because I can see where at an actual table, like in real meat space, I know people that would have a hard time with this system, but this works really well. This is nice.
Yeah. I don't know. I would have to play around with it more to understand. But
if I do run this as an ongoing campaign, I may stick with this system, or I may change to I really like the Cortex Marvel system. I really like that one myself.
That's my favorite.
Yeah,
I've got that.
So
one.
it may go to that, but either way, I love Strikeforce Morituri. You can pick up the trades that are still in print. I think they broke them up into like the first 10 issues, next 10 issues, and the final 13 issues, something like that. They can be found readily. It is a great storyline. It's one of the most mature hitting Marvel comics I've read, as in they've got a lot of mature themes. They got a lot of stuff in there that really makes you think, and they do not shy away from killing people off, because that's kind of the whole idea. Is you've got a small life expectancy. What are you going to do with it? So highly recommended. Strikeforce Morituri. There we go.
Very cool. Well, I guess we should sign off. Bert, you ran it. What you got happening this week?
Let's see. This Friday, I've got some BX Dungeons and Dragons on twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. Check out the podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK, for all of our links to our social things. This Saturday, Cyberpunk Red, kicking off a new campaign. It is, okay, so my elevator pitch for this was Friends in Cyberpunk Red.
Okay.
So this should be fun. This Sunday, we have some Shadowrun, I think, using the Champions Now system. So there we go.
Cool. Jeremy, what about this Kickstarter?
Kickstarter. Holy crap. What?
Not shit. Wrong word. Patreon. Fuck. God damn it.
No worries, man. Yeah, everybody's on Patreon. You've got comics, you got RPG assets, you got maps. It's a good time.
Very cool. John, you got anything?
Not this week. So you can find some of the stuff that I'm in over on twitch.tv slices and dices. And I believe Friday they're jumping back into Alien, the Frontier War. So they've been doing that. And then next week, Thursday, I am going to be running another episode of Savage Riffs. So that should be a fun time.
Cool. Jeff?
Yeah, twitch.tv/the Lollygaggers. On Friday, we're going to be starting up our Hunter the Reckoning Chronicle. It's the new version, H5. Let's see, Saturday, no One Ring during the day, but at night, you can catch some of us over on Grim and Perilous Plays, as we're going to be playing Heart that night. And then Monday, hopefully, I think we'll be back to Holler for Savage Worlds. Speaking of Savage Worlds. So, yeah.
Very cool. And you found your way to Defenders of Cobalt. You can catch Dan and I. Words just aren't my friends tonight. Dan and I, Friday night, 10 p.m. Central, as we wrap up Anvia, a little system that Joe and the crew is making. And that's what we got this week. If you come back next Wednesday, I think we're going to be back to Fantasy Age, continuing Thunder Rift. Yeah, I don't fucking know. That's what I got.
I'll get somebody with the copper light this time.
There you go. There you go. Shit. That's all I
That's
got.
your new ending tagline, Chunk.
What's that?
Punch it in the crapper.
Punch it in the crapper. I don't know.
Butt strokes.
But
You don't always
Butt strokes.
have to stroke the butt hard. I don't know.
always have to.
All right. I'll catch you all later.
Don't be a dick bear.
Nice.
Don't be a dick bear. See ya.